Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, kiddies, it's game day, baby. It is game day, and we are ready to rock here at the show. We got Brian Bradley coming up at 10:30 live from the morning skate. Scott Reynolds going to join us here in just a couple minutes to talk Bucs draft, as we are less than 48 hours away from that. Ooh, Lordy. Oh my it looks like my monitor didn't take.
Producing on the air again.
This is the hardest part, though, when I have to like turn around.
Well, we can just do it the next break. You know what? If you wouldn't have called attention to it, I bet nobody would have known.
There we go.
Because we can barely see the monitor in that shot.
Okay. All right. So we'll
I'm just saying. Nobody would have
just
ever
go with that. Yeah. That's what we do here. All right. Yes.
Between your monitor
Rays,
and your hat, I'm not having a good morning.
we'll be talking Lightning at 10:30. The Rays will talk in the second hour. Big O's coming in. I tell you what, man. Junior Caminero, we love you, partner, but come on, get your head in the game. Sloppy game last night. It's one thing to lose. Don't give away games. And we did that again last night. So we'll get into that a little bit later on. We got some Rays Stadium news to get to. Of course we do, because that's the law. We have to talk about it, and some other fun stuff to get to. But first.
Did y'all talk any stadium yesterday, you and Nick?
A little bit.
God, this is a daily thing now, isn't it?
Yeah, for the last 20 years, Tim.
20 years.
In case you haven't been paying attention.
Daily thing.
Yeah, for God's sakes, just to get it done. Because if we don't pass it, it keeps going. So just to get it done, pass the damn thing, please.
Yeah.
It cost $1 billion just to get the headache off of all of our minds. Then it's well worth it. All right, let's dig into the Buccaneers draft, which is coming up here in a couple of days. The great Scott Reynolds from the Pewter Report joins us now to do his 75th mock draft. And we know for a fact.
75th. That's a little.
Sounds about right.
A little much.
Well, we
only
did something.
only do 5.
What? Only do 5?
Yeah, we only do 5.
Wow.
We do 5. We start one in January before the Senior Bowl. We have one after the Senior Bowl. Then we do one after the Combine. And then we do one the first week of April.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have our last one, which came out on Sunday. So
I just counted 70 that you just said.
Right there. You just named 70.
You're more terrible at math than I am.
Hey, it's Texas A&M Aggies math.
Jeez,
right
I can
there.
count to 5, man. Holy
All
shit.
I know is you guys do the best job of anybody in mock drafting and drafting and there's usually not a player that the Bucs select that you guys have not talked about at one point or another. So
yeah, and quite honestly, that's kind of the goal with our mock drafts. We also do Bucs best bets. We only do 2 players. We don't do like 7, but we do 2 players at each position. One rounds 1 through 3, and the other one like a day 3 pick, because it's more challenging that way.
Yeah,
if we're being honest. And it's like, our whole goal is we'd love to nail a Bucs best bet or 2. You know, we typically do. We had David Walker last year. Some years we've had 3. You know, which is a huge number out of 7.
Yeah.
We're only picking 2 players at each position, but yeah, it's like our goal is to identify these players and feature them either in our mocks or in our Bucs best bets, and say these are the guys that, to our knowledge, are on the Bucs radar. They've either come in for an official 30 visit, they had a formal interview at the Combine. That's where we go to Indy and spend the time and the money to go there and procure that information. And and sometimes we're wrong. Sometimes Jason Light pulls a fast one, like Emeka Ibuka. We didn't see that coming last year. Not many did.
Nobody did.
Kalijah Kancey a couple years ago didn't have him in for a 30 visit. Didn't even interview him at the Combine. So he can get a little stealthy sometimes.
Sneaky.
That sneaky Jason Light. But
yeah,
we've also had like Graham Barton, Vita Vea, we Devin White. We've had a lot of Bucs draft picks in the first round and in other rounds as well. And that's our whole goal, is to just introduce these players to Buccaneer fans, because I think there's three kind of Buccaneer fans, and we love them all. They're the Buccaneer fans that follow this team year round, that get just as heavy into free agency in the draft as their fandom does during the regular season. And then you have the casual Bucs fan, who we love them too. They tune in during the season, right? They watch the games, and it's like they watch the draft, but they're not like draftniks, not like the other group that I just mentioned. Then you have the fan that's just strictly football season. Like, I don't watch college football. I don't care about the draft. Like, I'll dial into the draft once they become Buccaneers. Once you tell me, hey, these 7 guys became Buccaneers, then I'll read up on them and all that stuff. I don't want to watch highlight films and stuff. We cater to all of them. And I think that's the goal, is just to put these players on Bucs fans' radars, so that when they do get selected, it's like, oh yeah, Peter Report wrote about them, or they talked about them in the podcast. They had them in a mock draft, back in February or March, or they had them as a Bucs best bet. So, that's the whole purpose for doing that, is to really educate the fan base.
We lost JP.
We did lose JP.
We're getting
JP,
it happens from time to time.
You all right?
Tim, we can handle this show. We don't.
Yeah, we can handle this. Look,
just change it to the SR show, the SR and Tim show, and we're good.
It's the Scott Reynolds show right here on FanStream Sports.
My camera's doing whatever the hell it wants. I didn't.
Technology is great when it works. That's my motto.
And it did all that, whatever the hell that just was. It did all of that, and
I think we had a pretty good show just now.
There we go.
Let's continue. Continue. Now, Akeem Mesidor is a guy that has been mocked the most to the Buccaneers, 29% in the 75 drafts that are out there, not yours, but the other 75. So you guys agree with this. Nikki and I had a little discussion yesterday. I'm kind of on the fence about him with it's more not the age doesn't bother me as much as he's turning 25, but it's just more, where was the production earlier in his career?
He had 35 and a half career sacks, JP. He's got more sacks than anyone in this draft class in his career. But the thing is he was a defensive tackle before. Right. He was a defensive tackle at West Virginia, and not like some gargantuan Vita Vea size defensive tackle. He's about 280 pounds, which you can survive as a defensive tackle in college, even these days at that. And he even played inside at Miami until Jason Taylor says, hey, for your last year, let's use your athleticism on the edge. We'll make you an edge rusher opposite Ruben Bain. So we dropped 20 pounds down to like 359 and 12 and a half sacks. I mean, he out-sacked Ruben Bain. I think he's a more polished pass rusher. He's got more tools in his tool belt as a pass rusher than Bain does. And he can also win inside over a guard in nickel rush situations. So for someone like Todd Bowles, who loves positional flexibility, to be able to go up and down the line and play inside to play outside, stand up as a linebacker and blitz the A-gap. He can do those things. He's good in space, can actually drop and cover. Not that any Buccaneer fan wants to hear that from any pass rusher, but that does check a Todd Bowles box. So that's why I like him. 12 and a half sacks. And the other thing too, JP, is he's 25. If you listen to Jason Taylor talk about the guy, he's already a professional. He treats the game like a professional. And I mean, I'm a big believer, and you've heard me say it before, coaching matters, right? Like Rod Marinelli got everything out of Warren Sapp. Warren Sapp was a Pro Bowl / Hall of Fame talent already coming in, right? He was the best player in college football, slid to the Buccaneers in 1995 in the first round. And sometimes if you don't have good coaching, if you don't go to a good team, you look around and say, like, all right, well, I'll just do my job, and we'll deal with the losses, and and those guys never reach their potential. A guy like Rod Marinelli made sure that a guy that had A level pass rush ability and disruption ability got to A+ in his career, and he did. All right. And so I think Jason Taylor doing that for Akeem Mesidor and Ruben Bain, a Hall of Fame pass rusher for the Dolphins, right? Having that day-to-day tutelage and perfecting the craft of those two guys, that's why they were that good, because Jason Taylor, with that daily download of pass rushing information, got every bit of production and potential out of those guys.
Yeah, let's just hope the Bucs coaches don't screw that up.
Well, and honestly, I'm not saying he's a foolproof product. But,
I know. My point is we don't develop players. Yeah.
He would come in more
Already
pro
developed.
ready
Yeah.
than I think other edge rushers might. And if you're looking for an instant impact, if you're Todd Bowles, time is of the essence. You're on the hot seat.
Yeah.
You need the, break glass in case of emergency and then stick the guy out there and, go get me somewhere between 5 and 10 sacks. You need that. And I think that he is a player that could help produce that.
Now, I heard you talking about Jacob Rodriguez, who I think is a tremendous prospect and a great linebacker.
Yeah.
And I think we do underrate the ability of those guys in the middle. I know they're off-ball linebackers and blah, 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 but they're the leaders. Talk a little bit about him and maybe taking him in the first.
Okay, I'm going to try not to get too excited because I do have a man crush on J-Rod and that sexy stash. I mean,
don't we all? We all
pretty
do.
apparent right now, right? I'm
and his army wife.
Yeah. I mean, Emma. I mean, who's the bigger badass in the family? The Black Hawk helicopter pilot or the award-winning All-American
black
linebacker?
shirt? Yeah.
It's a toss-up.
We'll take them both. It's like a twofer.
I'm just saying, like MacDill Air Force Base is right down the street, man. It's like it's a perfect fit. She transferred.
She can do the flyover every game. Yeah,
from Fort Riley, Kansas to there. I mean, she could do the flyover, and I mean, I think we could see like Jacob Rodriguez like rappel out of the helicopter.
Oh, God, yeah.
Like
now
down there,
talking.
like
I don't think his contract would allow
ready
that.
to go. I mean, you talk about firing the fan base up. You talk about firing your teammates up. That's the way to do it. But no, I'm sorry for that little fantasy there, but I mean, he gets me excited. I mean, he has production. It's the consistency. He had 120, I think 7 tackles last year, and then 126 the year before, or like 128, 127. Like what you see is what you get. 10.5 tackles for loss in 2024, 11 tackles for loss in 2025. He had 4 interceptions in last year and 7 forced fumbles. He had 4 sacks the season before that and a couple forced fumbles and an interception. He's just a takeaway machine. He is a plus linebacker. And if you look at CJ Allen from Georgia, you look at Josiah Trotter from Missouri, good players, good linebackers. The first job of a linebacker really is to just tackle the guy, right? Stop the run, try not to give up too much in the pass, right? But with Jacob Rodriguez, you're getting plus, you're getting extra, you're getting that caliber of player. Do what a linebacker is supposed to do, and then some. Take the ball away, right?
Take the ball away.
Yes. I mean, you can ask any of the 32 head coaches what is usually the number one indicator for success on Sundays. It's winning the turnover margin. Say what you want about running the ball or time of possession, all that stuff goes out the window. It's win the turnover battle. And if you have a guy that can consistently help you in that category, to me, that's such a huge plus. The problem is he's going to go early in the second round. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's a team that actually trades up. You look at where Jihad Campbell went with the Eagles at the end of the third round, or I'm sorry, end of the first round. I could see a team package a third round pick and move up into the latter part of the first round, package a second and a third and move up into the second round, or just simply take him near the top of the second round. The problem is the Bucs pick 46. So if Jason Light wants him, he's going to have to go get him.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to draft him at 15. He's going to have to either trade down, and take him there, or trade up in the second round. And in our mock draft, we have him finding a way to do that, and coming away with the Key Messidor and Jacob Rodriguez.
Yeah,
that's
so
the
trade down, pick up a couple picks, and then use that pick to get back in.
Exactly.
Second round. Yeah.
And if he can pull that off, I mean, just build the statue outside of Raymond James Stadium, as far as I'm concerned.
Easy.
Right. I'm just saying, like, if you get those two players, like your defense, I'm not saying it's fixed, but I mean, pretty damn close.
Yeah.
Because those two are
filling 2 holes
players.
with productive players, guys.
Yes. Incredibly productive players. That's the key. And it's like, I see, Tim, I see like Keldrick Falk getting mocked to the Buccaneers, the Auburn, guy. Yep. I'm sorry, you don't fix your pass rush with a guy that had 2 sacks And it's coming off that performance entering the draft. A guy that has 10 total sacks like Keldrick Falk from Auburn. If you want to fix your pass rush, you don't draft that guy. And that's why I see these national guys put Falk in there, for the Buccaneers in their mock drafts. I'm like, okay, I know you don't really follow this team because that pick just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't
they already
fit the
had
scheme.
that guy in Logan Hall.
Yeah.
Right?
He doesn't fit the scheme.
Doesn't fit the scheme. He's not big enough to play inside. Just look at Logan Hall. Logan Hall couldn't really play that 4-I-5 technique like Will Golston could. That's why they went out and got Ashawn Robinson and let Logan Hall go. So why would you draft another Logan Hall? Because he's 276 pounds. He's too small to play inside, like Hall was the first couple of years. And then he's not dynamic enough as a pass rusher on the edge to play outside linebacker and 3-4. And if Jason Light drafts him, I will be the absolute first to rip him an absolute new one because it's a pick that simply doesn't have any logic to it or make any
I agree.
damn sense.
For me, Keldrick Falk he's going to be a good player, but for me, he's more of a depth player. He is not a guy that's going to come in and change your defense and upgrade your scheme. He's and you don't take that guy in the first round.
No,
He's been mocked to the Cowboys at 20 a lot, and I don't even understand that. I would not take him in the first round.
Well, that makes a lot of sense because Jerry Jones is running the draft. So then, to me, that makes perfect sense.
Not anymore.
Sorry, Steven. All right, Steven, the better.
It's Will
Jones,
McClay. Right? It's Will McClay. And trust me, this year it's Christian Parker. This is Christian Parker's defensive draft, which I have all the faith in. So another guy that's been talked about a lot to the Cowboys, and I've seen his name associated with the Buccaneers as well, is Jermod McCoy.
Yeah.
And of course, the conversation around him is the injury. He missed all of last season, obviously. So we're looking at a situation, and I think him, talent-wise, just raw talent, without the injury, he's a top 10 pick, like without question.
Without the injury, correct.
But now you lump in the injury with that. He didn't play all last year, and now we're hearing. I don't think this is new information, but it's a new report. Yeah. There's a lot of teams, a lot of medical staffs that think he may need an additional procedure. Now, the procedure isn't on the repaired ligament,
right?
But it's to what are they calling a bone plug that will help with a
hard pass. Sorry.
Yeah. So now,
no, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah. So this is a thing that came out, I think, yesterday, and so I'm sure the Buccaneers are one of these teams that are being reported that they hate his medical. But now we may have a situation where what we have last year with
Will
who was
Johnson.
it? With Will Johnson, who was should have been a top 10 pick, but you have the knee injury. He falls all the way to the Cardinals in the 40s. So now
that could happen.
Yeah. So, but I still think you get value with this guy, but he's probably not going to play a lot this year, right? Especially if he has that new procedure.
Correct.
But the Bucs are one of the teams for sure. I mean, I'm guessing you probably know better, that has that same alarm with him going off about that new procedure.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope so, right? I mean, you drafted Benjamin Morrison, a cornerback who was coming off of an injury, to replace Jamel Dean, the oft-injured Jamel Dean.
Yeah.
Now, either Jason Light has a type where he just loves drafting injured corners, okay, or this team has come to its senses and say, we like corners who don't get hurt or are not injured. To me, I would pick the latter. I don't think it makes any sense in coming off a season where, and who knows how Benjamin Morrison's going to be. And I'm not knocking the kid. I just haven't seen enough to make an informed opinion. But guys, Benjamin Morrison misses the last day of mandatory minicamp with a hamstring injury, then makes it to training camp, then misses 4 weeks in training camp with another hamstring injury, including all 3 preseason games. Then he injures the hamstring again. I want to say week 3 against the Jets. I think it was the same game that Mike Evans injured his hamstring. And so he ends up playing in 10 games. He missed 7 due to hamstring injuries. That's not a good start to your Tampa Bay Buccaneer career. Oh, and by the way, they're counting on you to battle Jacob Parrish for the starting job. I don't think it makes any sense to draft another cornerback who's missed all of last year. There are still lingering injury concerns. From what I understand, he ran well and tested well at the pro day. The position drills were good, but not great. And here's the other thing. Most ACL injuries now in modern science, they're 9 to 12 month injuries. In 9 months, guys can get back.
Yeah.
12 months is like
Themselves.
the absolute maximum
Outlier. Yeah.
for an ACL injury, right? Here's the problem. That injury happened in January of 2025, right?
Mhm.
He was apparently, according to reports, he was able to practice with the team towards the end of the season. So he was actually doing some stuff on field, right? Apparently in Tennessee.
Right.
Didn't play in the games. That's fine. Didn't, he wanted to ease his way back into it. That's fine. You get an opportunity to go to the Senior Bowl. You have a Senior Bowl invite. That's the end of January. It's not January 1st. That's like January 28th, right? So you opt out of the Senior Bowl, right? Now, do you want to compete or not, son? I mean, do you want to play football or not? Do you want to show the NFL scouts, GMs, coaches, you're back? Play. Compete. Jacob Rodriguez didn't have to go to the Senior Bowl. He did. And I asked him, like, why are you here? And he's like, it's January and I get to play football. Like, what else would I be doing? Like, that's a football player. That's the guy I want. I want a football player. I want a guy who loves the game.
Right.
So Jermon McCoy says, nope, I'm not going to play in the Senior Bowl. I'm going to get ready for the draft. Then he goes to Combine, doesn't run, doesn't test there. The Combine is a month later. The Combine is at the end of February, early March. So he didn't compete there, right? So then he waits another couple weeks to like his pro day. So now we're talking 15 months after his original injury. And now the reports he's still not healthy.
Yeah.
Hard pass.
And he needs another procedure, which would set him back even more. Yeah.
No, thank you.
Tells me he's not working on it. Yeah. He's not a worker
this year.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Way too many red flags.
Maybe off of the board completely for a lot of teams. Yeah.
He might be. Yeah. If the medicals aren't good, like the Buccaneers only have 150 players on their draft board, right? You're going to have 300 some get drafted. They only have 150 players, and they will take people off for character. They will take people off for red flags. So yeah.
All right, give me
red flags.
Give me 3 to 5 more players who you think will show up on the Bucs draft board.
Venga Awani, the Penn State guard, I could totally see that happen, and I would totally be in favor of that because of a couple things. The offense is going to be the strength of this team this year. It just is. Even if you have a defensive draft and you add Ashawn Robinson and Alex Anzalone, right? You have David Walker coming back and J.J. Roberts coming back. That's a lot of new pieces to gel, right, and come together. And I'm not saying it can't happen. It can, but it's not going to be week 1.
Right.
Not going to be week 2 or 3. It's going to be, and I'll take you long-time Buccaneer fans back to yesteryear, back to 2002 when John Gruden showed up, right? John Gruden completely retooled the offense, right? Roman Oben at left tackle, O'Dwyer at left guard, Kerry Jenkins at left guard, Michael Pittman at running back, Joe Jaravicius, Keenan McCardell at wide receiver, Ken Dilger and Ricky Dudley at tight end. Completely revamped the offense. What did he tell the defense? Hey, I need nine interceptions, or not yet, 9 defensive touchdowns from you guys.
Touchdowns.
And
the ninth one was Brooks's pick 6 in the Super Bowl, right?
No, the last one was Dwight Smith's second one. That was the 9th one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why Gruden said that, because he knew that it was going to take some time, a couple months for that offense to kind of come around. And he needed the defense to carry the day. So same thing. The offense is going to carry the day. The Bucs have, when healthy, the best offensive line in football. They have the best quarterback in the division. The running back room is really good from 1 to 3, maybe one of the best from 1 to 3 in terms of depth chart. The receiving core, even without Mike, you ask around. I think there's a lot of teams that would swap out their receiving core for Tampa Bay's because of the depth and talent. Having said all that, you can take this offensive line from being great to elite by adding that guy, Awane, at left guard. And then what it does is 2 things. Number 1, it's an upgrade over Ben Bredeson. Love Ben, good player, solid player. But now Ben Bredeson moves inside as that swing interior lineman. He can play center. We saw that last year. Yeah. He can play either guard position. So he is the first guy off the bench. Something happens to Graham Barton, Awane, or Cody Mauch.
Yeah, and I would argue that those 2 guards that we had to put in last year sunk the season.
Yeah,
They were
for sure.
not good.
For sure. And if you need to see Bucky Irving, who's in year 3 now, right? I mean, time flies. He's entering year 3. Yeah. Is Bucky a 500-yard back? Is he a 1,000-yard back? Right? We got to find out which one. Is Baker Mayfield a 4,500-yard, 41 touchdown guy, or is he a 26 touchdown guy with under 4,000 yards? Because he's shown both. Which one is he? This is a contract year for Baker Mayfield. So you got to set your quarterback up. Oh, and you have a new offensive coordinator too. You got to make sure he's successful. But I'm fine with drafting defensive players in rounds 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because this is such a deep draft at edge, at inside linebacker, and you can find a good defensive tackle probably in rounds 3 or 4. To where, yeah, if Venga Owane is the best player available at 15, you take him because he can help you. And I'm telling you, you put him next to Tristan Wirfs, that left side of the offensive line is just massive. It's a wall. It's a bulldozer in the run game. I would be all about that. That's another name.
That would be a tough one to swallow, but
I wouldn't,
because
I
know just in terms of having the defense that needs so much work. But I get it. There's depth there, and
just like
you can never go wrong taking a player like that.
The guards sank the season last year, right? You went from 30 points 100%. Per game to less than 23 points per game.
It was awful. It was awful.
Yeah. So, and here's the thing: if the Buccaneers averaged allowing 24 points per game on defense, but when you have an offense that only averaged less than 23, I mean, that's why you got a losing record. You're allowing more points than you're scoring. Yeah. So even if you get to 26, in most games, if you're winning 26-24, you're winning. You scored more points, right? So that's the goal. So I would be in favor of that. I think some other names to consider, like if the Buccaneers traded down into the first round, Chris Johnson from San Diego State, I think, becomes an option there. And I know that's a name you know well from covering the Cowboys. Cowboys might be interested in him at 20, Tim.
Absolutely.
Really good cornerback.
I'd be okay with that. Yep.
The tape reminds me of Donnie Abraham, if I'm being honest. Just smooth, silky transitions with his hip flexibility.
Yep.
Competes for the ball. He's physical. Got good size.
Yep.
I think 2 pick sixes last year. He's a playmaker. So sign me up. I think that's
Ball hawk.
That's a player that the team has not done a ton of work at the cornerback position pre-draft. I don't think they have had any in for official visits. They had 2 guys. I think Traden Stukes was actually the only cornerback, and he's like more of a slot safety type. He was the only formal interview that they had that we discovered. So that tells me one of 2 things. Either they're going super stealthy on their cornerbacks this year and they're going to get one, or they're going to say, hey, we drafted 2 last year. Those guys got to play. We still have Zion. We'll get a veteran after the draft, after some teams make some moves. We got to focus on the front 7 this year. So it's going to be one or the other, right? And I think Chris Johnson could be a sneaky stealth pick if they trade down. I'm with you, JP, because football's won in the trenches.
That's right.
And honestly, I mean, if you go back and look with a truthful, critical eye at the Bucs Super Bowl season, and even like the next year, 2021, where they won 13 games, that secondary, the Gravediggers, tell me who was the Pro Bowler outside of Antoine Winfield Jr. And Winfield was only a rookie when they won it. But was Jordan Whitehead, was he a Pro Bowler? No. Mike Edwards? No. Carlton Davis? No.
Nope.
Jamel Dean? No.
Nope.
Sean Murphy-Bunting? No.
Had a good postseason.
Really kind of an average to above average secondary.
Yeah.
But the front seven
was fantastic.
Vita Vea and Dominican Sue, Jason Pierre-Paul, Shaq Barrett, Levante
I want to see front 7.
White. Yeah.
The whole damn draft, front 7. And maybe an offensive lineman. I'll do that. That's just fine.
I'm with you.
Hey, I see your Stanley Cup shirt on, and we're going to go right from you to the great Brian Bradley, who was at the morning skate.
Thank you, and amen. Go right Bulls.
Check out Pewter Report for all their draft
live
coverage.
Draft show.
It is awesome.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on Pewter Report TV. Thank you.
Thank you, Scotty. Appreciate it, Scotty. Awesome stuff. All right, let's go right from the Buccaneers to your Tampa Bay Lightning. It is a must-win tonight, game 2, and that's our man, Lightning Hall of Famer Brian Bradley, standing by right there for the morning skate. What's up, Brads? How are you, buddy?
Good, guys. How are you guys doing today?
Jacked up. Game day. Must win tonight, my friend. Must win. I mean, good God, just for the sanity of our fans who have paid so much money and have not seen a home win in 9 of their last 10 home games. So just for the fans that you talk to all the time, Brian, we need a win tonight, brother. We need a win.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Home.
You know what? There's no question about this. I mean, you know what? Obviously, we'll talk about the game in a second from Sunday night, but, you know, this is a huge game tonight. I mean, you cannot go down 0-2 going back to Montreal, which is going to be absolutely wild in Montreal on Friday and Sunday. So, this is, to me, this is a huge game for the Lightning. It's a huge game. You know, we just need to get a win. We need to kind of, you know, we haven't won in like 11 or 12 games at home or something like that. And our record in overtime is 1 for 14. So we need to kind of change this, get the monkey off our back or whatever you want to call it. But we need to change the mojo right now. I mean, I didn't think we played too bad in game 1.
No.
But at the end of the day, you know, they got, you know, we'll talk about it. We took some careless penalties. I mean, that's it. I mean, let's talk about, we're the most penalized team in the league. And, but that doesn't mean we have to go out there and play stupid in the playoffs. We have to play, you know, smart hockey. We have to be physical. We have to target their players. Cole Caulfield, you know, Lane Hudson, you know, all those guys. You know what, Suzuki, you've got to hit those guys, just like they're going to go after Kucherov, Point, and Gensel. You know, that's what they're going to do. But at the end of the day, we cannot take offensive penalties. And it did cost us the game. I'll be honest with you. I really felt if we kill that penalty off, we win the game. And it didn't happen. Obviously, Slavoski scored 3 goals, and all of them were on power plays. They were 3 for 5 on the power play. And you know what? At the end of the day, it came back to bite us. And, you know, the other thing I thought we need to be better is face-offs were not good. They won 61% of face-offs. That's controlling the puck a lot. So at the end of the day, we got to be better at that. And then you know what? You know, our power play got a goal, but, you know, we just have to be better in all areas of the game. And I will say this. I mean, I thought some of our guys played really, really well. I mean, Hagel, outstanding. Sorelli, amazing. You know, Gensel, I thought had a really strong game. I mean, I know he took a penalty. I wish he could have it over, but
that was
played really good. McDonough, our defense played good. Vazzy, you know, Vazzy had some saves, and, you know, maybe could have, I'm not sure on that one. He maybe overcommitted a bit, but we'll see what happens. But the 2 guys that have to step up to the plate for me is, you know what, is Kucherov. I know he had 2 assists, but we expect a lot more from Kuch and Braden Point. Those 2 guys need to step up to the table and be world-class players because they are that good. When we won our Stanley Cups, they were the difference maker by far. They played with intensity. They played with heart. They played with passion. They had 2 or 3 points a game. I mean, when I look at stats and I see Braden Point, and I love Braden Point. I mean, he's such a phenomenal player, but he had no shots on goal. That's unacceptable. He's got to step up and be better.
Yeah, I don't even think he had a shot attempt in the game. And
you
know, people are saying, and he can't win a face-off either. Is there something wrong with his hand? Does he have an elbow injury or what's going on?
Yeah, no, I don't think so at all. You know what? I'm in that. So I just think he's just got to be better. I mean, you know what? You know, we just got to have those star players. I mean, you know, like Edmonton won last night and Connor McDavid didn't get a point, but I can guarantee you this, Connor McDavid will be in the top of the scoring when it comes to that series is ending. So we need our guys to step up. And you know what, like I said, you know, Kucherov, I know he had 2 assists, 1 was secondary, but at the end of the day, him and Braden Point, they've got to be the best players on the ice. I mean, you know what, if they're the best players on the ice and Vazzy, we're going to win the series. No question in my mind. But they've got to be better. That's all I'm saying. They've got to be better. It's just not good enough. Is just not good enough. Not in this level.
Brian, I said before the series started, this Montreal lineup that I've watched all year, it's very top heavy. And obviously Caulfield, Suzuki, the main guys here. And I said, if the Bolts can slow down the top line, and especially Caulfield and Suzuki, then they'll force the lower line guys to sort of have to play better and make up the difference. But unfortunately, then you allow the hat trick to Slavkovsky. So they're spreading it around a little bit, but it's still really that top line that's killing the Bolts. What can they do coming into game 2 to make Montreal spread that around a little bit?
Well, I think when you're talking about what we just talked about, I think the whole key is taking stupid penalties. You can't win in the Stanley Cup playoffs if you're in the penalty box. They only scored on the power play. They did nothing 5-on-5. So if we can cut them down to 2 penalties a game and maybe give them 1 goal, that's a difference maker right there. You can't give Montreal or Tampa 5. Both power plays on both teams are outstanding. You can't tell me Marty St. Louis is not saying the same thing. Do not take penalties. Hey, I don't mind us being physical. I don't mind us being aggressive. But when the whistle blows, that's when we can muck it up. We can go after the whistle and we can go take a guy and give him a shot in the corner, because after the whistle, the ref is going to call 99% of the time. He's going to call both guys off. And I like our chances 4-on-4 against Montreal. Even better, 4-on-4. I think we can win the series if we play physical after the whistle. That means after the whistle, go in there and give the guy a shot. And you know what? Let's get some penalties. Let's go 4-on-4 and let's blow Montreal out the door. But I mean, we can't take penalties when we're in the offensive zone. 4 of the 5 penalties we took were in the offensive zone. It came back to bite us. And you know what? Don't take any penalties unless you have to against Montreal. But after the whistle, I say we muck it up. I say we get there. They got Jack Eye and they got Josh Anderson. They're tough and they can fight. I played against guys that were just as tough or tougher. So get your stick up, let them run your stick. And you know what? At the end of the day, you don't go hit those guys. You go hit their star players. That's who you're trying to run. And it doesn't, I don't care if it's Braden Point. Braden Point can take Suzuki or Cole Caulfield. You give them the hit. Show them you're involved in the game. Hagel does it. Cirelli. So to me, at the end of the day, I think what you're trying to say is we did give Slavkovsky in that line a lot of opportunities, but it was all on power play, guys. It was not 5-on-5. I don't think they did. I thought 5-on-5, Suzuki and Caulfield and those guys, they were invisible. They did nothing.
Yeah, they only had 1 shot. They only had 1 shot 5-on-5.
Yeah, so, they did not do anything. So, but
Cirelli, Gensel, Hagel did a great job on them.
No. So, and I thought defensively we did an outstanding job. I thought Ryan McDonough was phenomenal. He was.
We only allowed 19 shots.
Yeah, and at one time it was 13-6 in the second period. Late. Yeah. I mean, we were tied 1-1. They had 6 shots on goal. So, you know what? It'll be, what? The guys know we played a pretty good game last game. We just took stupid penalties, and that's what cost us. And it's like anything in football. You can't take all these flags or all these offside plays and expect to win games. And we've got to be smarter. I know we're not playing the Florida Panthers. We're playing Montreal. Florida is a different animal. I mean, they like to engage. They like to do all that crap after the whistle, and that's how they intimidate teams and do stuff. We're not playing Florida. We're playing Montreal. So we got to be smart. We got to really be smart while we're doing on the ice. Hey, if the guy's on a breakaway, you maybe have to haul him down. I can see that, but you can't take high stick and penalties and all this crap in the offensive zone. I mean, you know what? And I mean, I'm not sure what's happening with Josh Anderson. That was a dirty hit on Tatsu. Let's talk about that. So. I mean, the guy ran from the top of the circle all the way behind the net to take his head off. I mean,
and he launched.
Is an intent to injure by all means. I mean, you're not going to go after Josh Anderson, in terms of taking a stupid penalty. But at the end of the day, if he comes to run me, I'm going to break his ribs. I'm going to get my stick up and break his ribs. And you know what? Do that 3 times and see how many times he wants to do it one more time.
No, I love it. I think, from a defensive standpoint, the 5-on-5 was fine, but the penalty kill, which has been third best, 4th best in the league, I don't know what the hell happened on the penalty kill. And we leave Slavkovsky wide open right in the middle in the bumper spot, like nobody near him. Josh Anderson's goal, he's all alone right in front. That wasn't a power play goal, but still their power play. It just, I don't know. I think we gave them too much time and space. They kind of compacted it a little bit on us. Our guys were tired at the end, couldn't get off. What are your thoughts on the penalty kill? Any adjustments there?
You know what? These coaches are good. John Cooper, his coaching staff, they're outstanding. All the guys on the team and stuff like that. And so I think our assistant coaches are going to look at video. I agree with you, JP. We gave them way too much time, especially in the middle of the ice. I know, they've got Demko. He's a great on the half wall. He's got a good one-timer. Cole Caulfield can shoot one-timer. Suzuki's good. Velocity's good in the middle of the ice. Hudson's a very smart player. They've got a really good power play. Let's not kid yourself. Their power play is very similar to ours. But at the end of the day, you got to let them shoot from far away. We can't give them the shot in the middle of the ice with Velocity right there. We've got to change our PP penalty kill up. We have to be tighter. We have to tighten the box up. And if they're going to score, they're going to have to score from the perimeter, which is the outside. I mean, you got to give them that. To me, that's an easy goal for a guy like that. He's going to score all the time. Yeah. I mean, I don't understand what we were trying to do, but you know what? At the end of the day, we saw the video. They get to watch 3 goals on the power play, and we need to readjust tonight, and we need to be better. Like I said, our face-offs were average. Our penalty killing was so-so. We took stupid penalties. I mean, we gave them a game. That's a game I thought we should have won. And at the end of the day, we win tonight. It's 1-1 going to Montreal. So you know what? But I still like the way we played. You got to win tonight. There's not even a. We got to win tonight. You know what? Dallas lost 6-1 at home against Minnesota, came back and won 4-2. This is a comeback game tonight. So I'm expecting a big effort from the boys. I want some of our star players to step up to the plate, and play like they can, because when we have those guys going, like especially Cooch and Point, they are fantastic. But we need them. We need those guys going in all cylinders. And, and watching the guys in the morning skate, Vazzy was on the ice. There's not many guys are on the morning skate. Victor Hedman is on the ice right now. That's the first time. I heard he skated Sunday, but he's on the ice right now. He's in the center of the ice. He's right over there. Wow. He's on the ice right now. He looks actually okay. You know what I mean? So Connor Geeky's on the ice. Bergstrand's on the ice. So I'm taking a lot of those guys. I think to me it's the same lineup as last game. You know what?
Oh, really? You don't think Sabrin comes in or Bjorkstrand comes in tonight?
No, I don't. I don't think they change anything. I think they keep the same lineup. That's my opinion. And you know what? I will say this. I think Dominic James, I mean, you know what? He's a great young player. Give him another game. He played pretty good. Remember, he hasn't played in 2.5 months from a bad injury. I thought he skated pretty good. Not great, but you give him till Friday in Montreal. He needs one more game to get his feet. And I think that kid could be a difference maker for us. Okay. He's just not there yet. I mean, you can't give a guy who's never played in the playoffs, 19 years old, been back from re-injury, and he hasn't played in 2.5 months. He's not coming out here and scoring 2 or 3 goals. But he looked better all the time. I think he'll look better tonight. But I think Friday and Sunday in Montreal, I think he's going to step up his game. And that's a guy we want because he plays with speed. And Montreal is not good with speed. They're fast, but they don't like speed.
They don't handle it well.
They don't handle it good at all. So that's how we have to play. I think this guy could be a factor in our games.
What about Geeky? How do you think he played? Will he be back in tonight?
Oh, I mean, he took a penalty. I thought he played really good in the game he scored, but it was a bad penalty. I mean, it's against a young kid, too. If that's against maybe somebody else, they don't call that. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I think Kiki's in tonight. I think it's the same lineup as last game. And, go from there. But that's me. Maybe Saburn's in, but I don't know. Like, we don't need him to fight anybody. We just don't need to take penalties. Like, he doesn't want to fight Josh Anderson, which I think he could fight Josh Anderson, but he can't fight Jack Eye. That guy's so tough. But at the end of the day, we just have to play. We have to play a smart hockey. We have to be physical. I'm not trying to say not be physical. We need to be physical against Montreal.
Smart physical.
We need to be smart physical with no stupid penalties. And that's the difference. It's the same game we played the other day, but at the end of the day, we have to take no penalties or maybe 2 penalties in the game. Let them take a whole bunch and then go from there. So, I mean, maybe the lineup changes. I'm not sure, but maybe Sabern's in. Looks like Connor Geeky's on the ice skating with Bjorkstrand a little bit more. So you might be right. There could be a change coming tonight, but I'm not sure.
We'll see.
We'll see.
How do you think Vasi played the other night? I thought he played really, really well. The last goal, maybe he might want back in overtime. I'd like to see Chernak make a better effort at blocking that shot as well. But I thought Vasi was really good, but the numbers in the last 3 series for Vasi are not great. And I know that's not all on him. Defensive coverage has not been great. These were power play goals. A lot of people left wide open right in front of him. But your thoughts on Vasi?
You know what? I mean, I thought he played. I'd give Vasi a pretty good game last game. I thought the only goal. I thought overall Vasi played excellent. Their goalie played pretty good. But at the end of the day, you know what? I just think that the overtime goal is the only one I questioned. You know what really happened. You know what? And I think what happened in the overtime goal, they called the timeout. They reset their play. Marty probably did a smart move. To call an overtime to let their guys, because if he doesn't call a timeout, they put the second unit on and the second unit doesn't score. So to me, it was a smart move by a coach.
Brilliant.
He calls the timeout with 20 seconds to go, because those other guys were gassed and they did nothing on it for the first minute 40, and then they scored at the very end. So you know what? But I thought the goal that Slavoski scored and that one was the only one maybe he could have had. But here's the thing: I think he lost his net. I think when they got the play over the blue line, he went in and dropped it off to Lane Hudson from Suzuki over to Solowski. I think Vasi lost where his net was, and he overcommitted a little bit too far to the one side, and then he just shot the puck. I think Vasi makes that save 9 out of 10 times, and he got that one that got us, and that killed us. But, I mean, you know what? Vasi will be back. I'm never worried about Vasi. He's been outstanding. He'll be back. He'll respond. And you know what? He's playing against a young goalie that is a rookie. So we just need to get a few goals on this kid and let him start thinking about his game right now. And no stupid penalties. So we'll be fine. We have the best goalie in the playoffs by far. So, you know, I'm never worried about the Vasi. He's a guy I want on my team every night.
All right. Well, we need to make the Benchmark International Arena sound like the Buffalo Sabres Arena. Those people are that place was going bonkers.
They've been waiting a long time, though.
Yeah, 15 years of pent-up frustration. That's what that sounds like.
Buffalo was rocking the other night, but I thought Benchmark International was outstanding. I mean, the effort,
we were.
You know what? It was 1-0. We scored the goal to make it 1-1. Then Hagel got the next goal to make it 2-1. I mean, the crowd was on fire at that point.
Yeah, I thought we were going to run from there. Brian, I thought at that moment the crowd was going. It was fantastic. I'm like, okay, here we go. This is going to be, we're going to win, 5-2 going away. And those penalties just kept coming and coming and coming, and it just took away all the momentum. And stay out of the box, and we'll be good tonight.
I actually think there might be a change. I'm looking at this right now because Connor Geeky and Bjorkstrand are on the ice. So I think Geeky's out. I think Sabern's in. That's my guess, because they're skating a little bit too much for a game tonight. And Bjorkstrand and Geeky are the only 2 forwards on the ice right now. So I think there's a change. I think Sabern's in.
I like that. To be quite honest with you, I thought Sabern played really well in the final game, and his game is really, really developed and gives us a little bit more physicality. We shall see. All right, partner.
We shall see.
I will see you tonight, brother.
Go Bolts.
Go
Big
Bolts
win tonight. Let's go back to Montreal. 1-1, baby.
Let's do it. Thanks, Brad. Appreciate it, buddy. Let's go.
Bye-bye, guys.
See ya.
Yeah,
nice. There you go. Yeah, I think I like to see Sabern in there tonight. I think Coop's got to shake it up a little bit.
And it wasn't. I don't think any part of the Bolts game the other night was stale or uninspired. But when you have a loss like that, it's sometimes a little shakeup is and a tweak. Not even a shakeup, but a tweak.
I thought 5-on-5 they were really good, but there's the thing that's killing them right now. And it kind of bled over from the regular season. We're just making too many mistakes in our own end. I mean, like leaving Slafkovsky wide open in the middle, leaving Josh Anderson wide open on the doorstep, and I think it was Moser both times, who's been phenomenal this year. Really, really good. It's just that little lapse of focus.
Those are defensive assignments. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it just kills you in the playoffs. And we, like I said on Monday, we look like the inexperienced team taking stupid penalties and overcommitting. And yeah, I would say that was our C- game,
right?
In a time when you've got to be A+.
And you lose over. Yeah.
Yeah. And and the numbers are just ridiculous at this point. I mean, they've got to, regress to the mean. Let's go. And we were 12-2 in overtime games. And then since 2020, we've gone 1-13. And at home, we've lost 9 of 10. And the only game we won was when we were down 3-0 to the Panthers. And that was the gentleman's sweep. So, and that's bad. That's really bad. We're a better team than that. Or maybe we're not, maybe the numbers are what the numbers are.
It's hard to dispute that until you see.
I mean, those are bad trends, really, really bad trends. And this to me is a crossroads game for the Lightning. If they lose this game tonight at home and make it 10 out of 11, and God forbid we go to overtime. I just don't even want to go there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I mean, at that point, listen, the Lightning have been this is the most dominant run in hockey since, I don't know when, maybe going back to what, the Wings,
Red Wings in the late 90s.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you're talking 9 playoffs in a row, 12 of 13, 2 cups, 5 finals. I mean, that is a dominant run, and that gives you longevity for coaches and players. But there comes a time, when
it ends.
Everything ends. And if they go out for the 4th straight year in the first round, and it's not the Panthers this time, and it's a green youngest team in the playoffs, Montreal squad, that's not okay.
Well, and that's when
not okay.
people
And I'm not saying anybody's getting fired. That's not what I'm saying. No. I'm saying, and I wouldn't not even think about firing John Cooper.
No.
But I mean, at the core of this team could change.
But at the same time, too, that's when coaching starts getting questioned by people too. When you not just that you haven't performed well, maybe over the last 4 years in the playoffs, but the way you've gone out. And understandably, it's been Florida who's gone on to win the cup, but
twice.
But then when you add this year, if you go out against the Canadians, it's a bad look, and that's when coaching starts getting questioned, right?
And the time before was Toronto, where you lost 3 overtime games at home. Yeah. I mean, that's a series you definitely should have won,
especially in a matchup where I think you have a tremendous coaching advantage.
Yeah.
Over Martin St. Louis. But
to Marty's credit, that was a brilliant timeout.
Oh, it was.
I think Marty felt like if we don't. Yeah.
As soon as he called it, I was like, well, this is weird. And then I thought for a second, I'm like, but it's really not. And then it paid off, and it seemed brilliant at the time.
Because I mean, we all kind of felt like if we can get through this kill, we're going to win this game. We're going to win this game. We got the momentum. We're better 5-on-5. We'll stay out of the box in overtime. They don't call a lot of penalties in overtime. We should be able to win this game. And it just didn't happen. Seconds before, I mean, I think they were down to like 2 or 3 seconds on the clock, and boom. Kind of like me going every single time.
And I've seen something. I'm sensing something weird in this playoffs, not just Bolts and Habs, but Stars and Wild, and some. I watched Philly and Pittsburgh yesterday as well. I'm seeing more. I don't know if they're not questionable. I'm seeing more penalties across the board. Yeah. Like I'm seeing, and I can't substantiate that. I haven't checked the numbers. I'm seeing more penalties across the board being called, but they're the penalties that are like subjective penalties, right? Yeah. Like I don't mean like high sticking and slashing and trip like those.
We had a too many men. That was bullshit.
That's what I'm talking about there. Because that
did not need
call,
to be called.
And then last night, the Stars and Wild, both teams had a too many men on the ice in the last 2 minutes of the game. in a tie game. Going in the last 2 minutes of the third period, one of them gave the Stars a power play that they scored on to win the game.
Yeah,
and then right after that, the Wild the Stars got called for one. Like, it was weird. It was just, and I'm sensing more of those in all of these games. And I don't know.
I mean, the one against Colorado that won the cup for them, Nazem Kadri was 100 feet off the freaking bench.
Right.
I didn't see that with Braden Point, and even Engblom on our post-game show I looked at that. He said he had looked at it 5 times. He said there may have been a player that was a couple strides from the bench, but that's allowed. You're not tight calling that. And I think the reason they called it is because Montreal made a slow change, and Point had a breakaway, and they're like, oh, whoa. And then I'm like, no,
it looked weird.
It looked weird, and it looked like a breakaway, and you didn't want to give an advantage, and maybe you just panicked in that moment.
Yeah.
But it didn't.
And especially if it doesn't affect the play, if the puck's on the other side of the ice, and there's no competitive advantage for the team.
Well, this would have been. This would have been, and maybe that's why they called it. But still, it has to be too many men on the ice. You can't just call it because they're making a slow change or making a bad change. That's on them. So, but the bottom line is, officiating didn't cost the Lightning the game. Their careless stick handling with those 4 offensive zone high sticks and 1 bad hit by Geeky. That's a late bad hit. That's going to get called every time. You got to be better than that. So we'll see. We'll see what adjustments Coop makes tonight. And I think more than anything, there just has to be more focus defensively. Do not allow guys wide open right in front of the freaking net. Keep your head on a swivel. It's a thing. It's been bugging this team all year long. We're just not aggressive enough in our own end, and we need to be better. Take guys out legally, and keep your head on a swivel. Don't all go to the puck. Don't get mesmerized by the puck. This is what's happened so many times during the regular season. Let's be better than that. Alejandro says the Lightning playoff run in these past 9 years have been on the same level as the Oilers of the 80s and the 90s with the great Gretzky. Lightning are going to be okay. Never doubt the team. I don't know. That's something, we keep saying that, but this is the 4th year, I know I work for the team and I want to be head cheerleader, no question about that. But in this role that I play here, I try to be objective, and I'm concerned. I'm concerned that our best players aren't going to be our best players in the playoffs, and that's going to get you beat. Kucherovs have got to step up, be more dominant, take more shots. We still passed up too many shots the other night for my liking. Pepper this guy. Dobesh, pepper this. He's a freaking rookie. Let's go. I know he's been good, but just keep peppering him. Stop trying to make the perfect play. Take every shot you get. You see net, fire. And don't hesitate. Do not hesitate. We're hesitating. That gives the goalie time to readjust. It's just that was not our game. That was a C- game. And we need to be at least A- to win in the playoffs. All right, we're going to take a break, and then we'll come back on the other side, get to your comments. We'll talk some Rays baseball. Another sloppy game last night. Sloppy game, and Junior Caminero was the biggest culprit. Hey, we're brought to you by the great folks at Pitch Roofing. And, we all know hurricane season is going to be here, and there could be issues. Obviously, the roof is the number one problem. So meet your folks that will fix your roof in case of a hurricane. That's pitchroofing.com. They'll come out and give you a free estimate. It doesn't cost anything, and they can educate you about your roof. Hey, you got probably 4 or 5 more years left on this. You might be thinking about this. Here's our estimate. Here's what it's going to cost you. If there is a hurricane, by the way, we want to be your preferred roofer. So let's have, start that relationship. So when it happens, you already know who you're calling, right? And you can get there quick and get in line and make sure that you are serviced as quickly as possible. So make that call, get that free estimate, start a relationship with a company that can really, really help you out in a fix with the hurricane. Pitchroofing.com. Great folks, honest folks, bonded, insured, all that great stuff. Great reviews. Pitchroofing.com. Back in 3. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch roofing done right.
As the Rays enjoy being back in their Tropicana Field home this season that was ravaged by Hurricane Milton, Italiano Insurance wants to remind us all how important it is to be properly insured. 40% of you are underinsured. That can mean financial disaster. Let the experienced and friendly agents at Italiano shop your policies for the best price and the right coverage. Italiano saved me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year, over $500 on our homeowners insurance. They can do the same for you. That's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Cost less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with our all-star agents at Italiano Insurance, or call our Boca Grande office at 941-964-0400. Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch, and everything is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service, you get $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. It's Diamond Days at the Golden Diamond Source. Celebrate April's birthstone, which is diamonds, as they take center stage. Up to 20% off the diamond jewelry throughout the month of April. And don't forget, you could trade in your broken or old jewelry towards something new and beautiful. Gold prices are at a record high. Now is the best time. And by the way, they only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source. It's real love. It should be real natural diamonds. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Really, really bad idea. And for the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyers, they are going to teach you all about the 4 C's and all the different shapes and styles. They are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And by the way, you can trust them. They've been in business for over 40 years. Don't buy something online. You have no idea what you're getting. 0% financing for up to 5 years. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond. 3800 Ulmerton Road. Always online at goldendiamond.com. Hey, JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000, and all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you.
Let's go.
Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at Riveters, the best sports bar and restaurant in all of Tampa Bay. It's just south of the stadium on Dale Mabry there, just north of 275. Their Rays watch parties are legendary. You can win gear. They're also always having a happy hour during Rays games if you come watch, because you get $6 Jack, you get $6 Tito's, $6 margaritas, and the happy hour menu 3 to 7 each and every day, so you can power up just before most Rays games. So if you're on your way to the games, leaving Tampa, why not stop into Riveters and then head over to the Trop and enjoy all the great stuff that goes on at Riveters Tampa, and also Lightning as well. So you can watch baseball, you can watch the hockey, you can watch everything all at one time. That's what you do when you go to a sports bar.
Not sure I would remember that evening if I left after all those specials.
Such great staff too.
So you know it's a good night.
Fantastic, which makes it all worthwhile. So Buckin 0220 says need to see the Vassy after loss version that we got used to. Yeah, after loss since 2020, Vasilevsky is 15-0 with a 1.31 goals against, a 948 save percentage, and 5 shutouts. Boy, do we need a shutout tonight.
Ooh.
If we could stay out of the penalty box, that's doable. Like we said, their number one line got shut down by our guys. So if we can do that 5-on-5, then we're good. Rick says, does Riveters give free shots after every Rays error? Boy, that would get the house drunk. Although I think last night in the actual box score, I don't know if they had an error, but the defense was atrocious. And the Schulten's pitched, I thought, really well last night. He made one mistake to Sal Pal for the home run. And other than that, it was a lot of weak contact that got, probably had 4 or 5 little bloopers that dropped in. And then Caminero made 2 bad mental mistakes, both leading to a total of 3 runs in a 6-1 game. And that just gets you beat. One of them, he tried to tag a runner, and the runner easily just stopped, and it was too late to first base. That allowed another run to score. The second one, there was runners on first and second, 1 out, and he fielded a ball somewhat close to the bag. He could have gone to the bag, tagged it, and thrown to first, or gone the conventional route to get a double play, and he just treated it like it was 2 outs. And he said he knew it was 1 out, and then Cash said, well, maybe, the one he screwed up earlier made him, we said, hey, just keep it simple. And he kept it way too simple. Either way, those were bad plays. Chandler Simpson misplayed a ball in the outfield. Would have been a scale of 1 to 10, maybe a 6.5, 7 catch, but it's probably one he thinks that he should have, just kind of mistimed his jump. That's going to happen with Chandler. He's grown up as an infielder his entire life. He's played infield, and now he's transitioning to the outfield. So there's going to be those every now and then. Had a great night at the plate once again. But, those are the sloppy things that you just can't do if you're the Rays, because you're going to overpower anybody and make up for mistakes with 3-run homers. You're just not. So every run counts. And also getting behind Cincinnati is a death knell, because their bullpen is the best in baseball. If you're behind in the 6th, 7th inning, you ain't winning. So Rays got to get out early, cannot make those mistakes, and just play clean baseball. They have to play clean baseball, and they did not do that last night at all. So, and Caminero, listen, he works hard. He's trying to get better. He's only 22, but to me, these are mental things. Mm-hmm. He's got to lock in. He's a very entertaining player. Yeah, he had a play last night where he hit one in the hole, and De La Cruz just absolutely laid out for it, and then got up and threw him out. And there was a little exchange, in a friendly kind of way. And that's all well and good. And he's a showman. There's no question about it. But he's got to lock in as a professional and be really, really tight, because he's going to make errors, because he's just not there yet. But what you can't make is mental errors. You can't double and triple that up with mental errors, and that's
Right.
that's what happened last night. Can't have that.
Nope, you gave up the lead. You're giving up the lead now to the Yankees for the division. You're a game back. You've lost 2 in a row, while the Yankees have won 3 in a row. This series against the Reds is, being another National League team. It's not like they're an American League team or anything, but it's just important to keep pace with the Yankees right now this early in the season, I think.
Well, they're 4-9 against the NL Central.
Yeah,
and
it's
they're 8-1 against the American League. So,
bad division for them.
yeah, this damn NL Central, everybody's over 500 for God's sakes. I mean, they're playing well early on in the season. So let's get that. This will be once the Reds leave, we'll be done with the NL Central for the whole year, which is good because they're
Milwaukee's
really good.
Milwaukee's in last place, 2 games back at 12-9.
They're good teams,
Yeah.
They're loaded. I thought our division was loaded, but that division is really loaded.
And St. Louis wasn't supposed to be good this year.
I know they're a scrappy little team. Yeah, they're a scrappy little team. We saw them obviously the first series of the year. They'll remind me a lot of the Rays, except they play cleaner than we do.
Yeah.
Uceda, by the way, has had a setback. Pepio has had a setback. Why do all our pitchers always have setbacks when they're rehabbing? Like, it's just unnatural. It's weird. Like, I think the Rays got to look at their physio. Trevor Martin last night, by the way, got called up for the minors. He's been absolutely lights out in the minors. His former 3rd-round pick, and I thought his stuff was really good. Really, really good last night. And his father had never taken a plane ride. Dude's got to be in his 50s, has never taken a plane ride. But the quick call-up, he had to get on a plane from Oklahoma to get – the whole family did to get to his major league debut. And they did, and his first batter struck him out. So great night for the Trevor Martin family. I think this guy might be here to stay. He's a big old hoss, throws hard, he's got good movement. He's been really, really successful at the AAA level. So he may be an answer to some of our bullpen woes. He was really good. And I thought Schultz was good last night too. He just had a lot of bad luck and bad defense behind him. But again, these they loaded the bases, first inning?
Yeah.
And with nobody out, Fraley struck out on a pitch that was the bottom of the zone. He appealed it and lost by about a fraction of an inch. But again, you gotta swing the bat. The pitch was over the middle of the plate. I know it was down, but man, when the bases are loaded and nobody's out and you're a power hitter, man, that ball, if you're going to take that pitch, it better be well out of the strike zone. If you can that was in your freaking power zone, dude. Take a hack. And then Mullins goes down looking. How do you go down looking, man, when the base is loaded? It's like, golly, on a pitch that was right over the heart of the plate. I know you get fooled sometimes. You're looking for something else, but dadgum, when there's 2 strikes and the bases are loaded, that irks me so much. Yeah, and I remember when I was playing, if I could reach that ball, boy, I was swinging. And I'm either making contact, fouling it off to spoil it for a better pitch, but leaving the bat on your shoulder is just not. Base is loaded, less than 2 outs. Golly,
by the way, Fraley just 50% on batter challenges this year.
Yeah. Swing the fucking bat, dude. You got a bomb of a bat. Swing it. When a pitch like that, damn, that's bothersome. So Big O will be in here at the end of the show, so we'll talk a little bit more Rays with him. We owe you another break. Let's take another quick break. We'll come back with your comments, and I want to get into a little bit more. We got some Rays stadium news. We're not going to do a bunch on it. We're not going to do a bunch. Just a little bit. Just a little update. Hagen was on with someone else today, so I want to just give you an update on that.
I got to bring my noose with me. Just keep it here in the studio.
The noose, the stadium noose. Just do every segment like with a noose around my neck. Yeah. All right. And some other NFL news as we get closer to the draft. All that coming up. Hey, I want to tell you about the great folks at Genesis of Tampa. There's always something going on over there. They're always giving away stuff to the community, always involved in the community. But the main thing they do is sell cars, and they sell great cars. And their lease specials right now on the new cars, the GV70, the GV80. I got my GV70, a month and a half ago, 2023, and it's absolutely like brand new. They're pre-owned cars. They bring them in, they give them the once over, and when you get them, they feel like absolutely brand new. And then I got the extended warranty, takes me up to 100,000 miles, absolutely worry-free. I got a great deal on the car. They're giving huge dollars back for whatever you can tow in there. They'll give you money for your car. They're looking for great cars to rebuy. So they're doing deals. That's all you need to know. Get to Genesis of Tampa. Do a deal with them. You will be absolutely thrilled. All right, your comments. Back in 3. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. Got breaking news in the NFL. Ooh, big story. Get to that in just a second. While I remind you that if not just what you make, folks, it's what you keep. So why not call Italiano Insurance? Have them shop all of your insurance needs around, and they could save you hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars, as they have for many, many, many of our listeners. Had someone at the Lightning game the other day come up and say, hey, thanks for turning me on to Italiano Insurance. I now have my homeowners, auto, even got some life insurance from them as well. Best customer service ever. You are absolutely 100% right, and I am. They've been doing this for over 60 years here. It's a great local company. They haven't farmed everything out to some Filipino call center. Nope. They have people right there in the office, humans that will actually answer your call and do the work for you. They do all the work. You save all the money. Italiano Insurance. Not that we don't love the Filipinos. We do. We just don't like them when
I'm in the Filipino mafia.
Yeah, I know. It's like when I call and I get them and I can't understand them and it's terrible customer service. You know what I'm talking about. Doesn't happen in Italiano Insurance. All right. Let's go to this little juicy tidbit here. Guess who's replacing our good friend Tony Dungy? His protege, Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin, NBC Sunday night NFL pregame shows, maybe for a year, and then go back to coaching, maybe in Tampa Bay. I don't know. We had a couple.
I was going to ask how long's the contract for? Because if it's more than a year, I'm concerned.
Do you think he goes back to coaching? I think he does.
Absolutely, 100%. And I think it's in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I think you might be right. That could be interesting. By the way, the Bucs put out something cryptic yesterday I thought was really interesting. They put out the next voice of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and basically could be you. So they're taking amateur tryouts to be the play-by-play guy for the Buccaneers.
What in the world are we doing?
Yeah. That's kind of disrespectful to Gene. Don't you think? It's like, hey.
To the entire broadcast staff is disrespectful.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It sounds like kind of a fan-centric thing that's kind of cool, but, hey, fans, you want to try out to be the radio play-by-play guy? I'm like, so this job is worthy of an amateur that's never done it before? Is that what we're doing?
An NFL job, JP. This is not a high school job.
Yes. Yeah. So
or a Division III college job.
Yeah. That's a little weird.
Or a AA minor league Texas league team that I did play-by-play for. They'll let me do it, JP. They'll let anybody do it.
Yeah. That good. As Big O settles in here, we'll do a couple of comments here. Yeah. Michael LaRue, good morning to you, said Hedman is at the team morning skate without a red no contact jersey. This isn't a Jonathan Drouin type situation, is it? I hope not. But the silence invites speculation. Look, guys, Hedman, Pierre LeBrun had it as well this morning. Yeah. That Cooper said probably not this series. I don't, again, they're not talking about what it is. I don't know what it is. I mean, there's chatter, but we don't know for sure what it is. But I've just gotten the sense from everybody I've talked to that they're not confident that he's coming back. And the other part is he's played so poorly this year that, we're better without him. And this version of Victor Hedman. So this is no time so if you're thinking about, hey, we got Victor Hedman back. We just got an injury to Destu. We'll put Victor in. I mean, it's common sense. Yeah, I get it. But I just don't think that's what they're thinking. Carlisle will probably come in tonight, play with Lilleberg. And he's been good. He's been really good. And these young guys have been better than Hedman when they've been on the ice. And you're going up against a faster team. And Hedman has looked really, really slow this year. Like, really slow. It looks like he's gained weight. So whatever's going on with him, injury, psychological, whatever it is, personal reasons, I just would not expect him back in this series and probably not for the playoffs, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Anything can happen. Alejandro says the Bucs need to extend Baker for 6 years. Baker gives the Buccaneers a better shot at winning instead of a rookie. The Bucs shouldn't draft quarterbacks because our luck hasn't been good with drafting quarterbacks. I think if we want to take one in the 6th or 7th round, a developmental guy, I'm good with that. We got to start, probably developing a quarterback. I would like to see that. But if there's, this team still needs depth defensively, it still needs special teams players. So it's very low on my draft.
I mean, the Bucs drafted Steve Young. How can you say they don't have a good draft history with quarterbacks?
50 years. We've never drafted a quarterback and re-signed him. 50 years. Yeah, and to your point, and I've said this a lot, Alejandro, Baker is not perfect. He's not a top 5 quarterback, but he's every bit as good as Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold won a Super Bowl last year. He's good enough to win a Super Bowl. He's good in fourth quarters. He gives you all the intangibles. He's a great leader. Hell, he led the league in quarterback in touchdown passes combined for the first 2 years. The dude can play, and he's got a hell of an arm. I would not go chase a quarterback. I know people are saying that. Don't re-sign him. Let's draft one in the 27 draft. I'm like, geez.
And he's a leader.
Yeah. I just don't get it. I say put your
leader.
resources other places. Re-sign him to a team-friendly contract. That's what you need to do. He's not gonna want top dollar. So you got to pay him, but he's not gonna want 50, 60, 70 million dollars. I think we're good with that.
Here's the question I ask myself in this situation. If Baker Mayfield was a free agent this year.
Yeah.
If Baker Mayfield was a free agent this year, how many / what teams in the NFL would be going after him?
Pittsburgh.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Not while Rodgers is holding them hostage.
No, they would be done with that. They would be done with that. They would be done with that and go right to Baker. Baker would be a great fit in Pittsburgh, the city of Pittsburgh.
There's no way I would let him play up there.
Yeah.
The Jets. Jets. Would the Jets go after Baker?
Hell yeah. Anybody who doesn't have a legitimate starting quarterback or is grooming, there's probably 6 or 7 teams.
I think so
in this league that would sign him, and he'd make a hell of a lot more money.
Right, and that's my point. So the other teams would have interest in him. That should help you make your decision. Number one, whether or not you're going to keep him, which I think they decided they want to. But number two, how much money you're going to put into it.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get into a bidding war with the Jets that need a team because they just got Geno Smith for the second time in his career.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
lock them up, man. Lock them up now.
Thirds, almost. The 32 teams. He's in top.
I think he's a top 12 quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh, top 10. I say top 10.
I would say top 10. Say top 10. So if you're there, then that's the price range that you math out without him being top 5 money wise. But so he's in the lower part of that top 12.
Mm-hmm.
And you average that out. He'll probably, I agree with you, JP. He'll be happy with that. It's a crap load of money and he likes it here.
Loves it here.
And this is a team that can win, could win. But I agree. You need to put things around him.
So if you want to pay him like a top 10 quarterback right now, the number 10 quarterback in the league in terms of salary is Jalen Hurts at $51 million a year. That is the number.
What's 11, 12?
Deshaun Watson at 46 and Patrick Mahomes at 45.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones at 44.
Jesus.
Wow. Daniel Jones. He got off to a hot start, but that was
right now. Baker Mayfield is the 16th highest paid quarterback in the league at 30.
Yeah, so he slides into top 12 and he's in the high 40s.
Yeah.
Cooper confirmed Declan Carlisle will replace Chucky tonight. The Stu is out with the concussion. Another one of our players who get cheap shotted in the head and they're out in the playoffs.
Man, that was a bad hit.
Does this happen to everybody else in the league?
Yes.
The last few years, it seems like the Bolts have suffered it.
Yeah. Headshots.
Yeah.
I don't like that. What else do we got here? Alejandro says, "What's up, O? From what I saw at the game last night, JP, the Rays offense went silent after the first inning when they had bases loaded, got out of the inning with nobody out, and only got one run.
Yep.
Schultz did okay, and T. Martin MLB debut was okay. I thought Martin was really good. I love to see him.
He's got an exciting fastball. It's 94, but it has such spin rate that it explodes on you. And I like this kid. I think he's going to be interesting.
He's a hoss too.
He's a
So's
big old
dad.
boy. Yeah, you see his dad get up there and he's like yoked. You read the story where his dad. This was the first time his dad has ever flown.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
How about that?
Yeah. But no, I going back to the comment. Who was it? Alejandro, gracias. Basically, this game was full of errors without making a true error. You got 0 on the board in the error, but there was a lot of mental errors in this
sloppy
game. It was very sloppy. You had bases loaded. Obviously you milk a walk, 2 walks, that scores a run, and then all of a sudden 2 guys just against a righty take fastballs basically over the plate. Fastball.
How do you,
Fraley and Mullins.
How do you not swing with the bases loaded, nobody out?
You've got the advantage with the bases loaded, and he's got to come to you. He just
out of the hand, if you can hit it, swing the fucking.
Well, no,
bat,
I don't mind a pop up there. I don't even mind ground ball double play because you're doing something, but you can't take. I don't mind a swing and miss strikeout.
Yes,
you just can't back to back formidable guys.
Yes,
is that bad? Is that bad hitting coaching?
No, that's on the players, man. That's 100% on the players. That's just taking fastballs over the plate with the bases loaded, fastballs, not some splitter that just
not
throws
some
you.
backdoor,
and not 2 seamers, not the 2 seamer that maybe came back in on you and caught the corner. These were fastballs. So I mean, they're licking their wounds right there. They being
Fraley and Mullins
right now. So those were mental errors, no doubt. Offensively, they went 0 for 7 with runners scoring position, and they go through these slides. They did last year. I think you're going to see that again every now and then. Rear its ugly head. It's a long season. Overall, they're slashers. Overall, they're an athletic offensive team. They're not going to bang you completely to death. We've had a few of those games where they showed their muscles, but more than anything is that situation right there. And the games that they've been winning before that, they're putting the ball in play. They're putting the ball in play, making things happen, pressuring the defense. As I said, athletic players. So then guys are running, scoring from first on a double, scoring from second on a single. Those things didn't happen yesterday, and the opportunities were there. They had the bases loaded also in the ninth, but it was too far gone by then. But that was a very momentum scenario. It kind of reminds me, honestly, you look at that game and you look at the season, you're going, okay, early, we had a chance to get back in this game, if not jump out, right? Mm-hmm. You got to be careful in the season too, in the totality of, let's say, the marathon season being a 9-inning game. You can't goof up in certain games that you have an opportunity to win. And then look back in September and go, man, there was this game and there was that game. Because I'm telling you right now, there's so much parity in baseball right now.
It's coming down to one game.
It's coming down to at most 2 games.
Yeah.
At most 2 games.
I'm here for it.
You can't throw away games like that. And Caminero, I said this earlier, those 2 plays, and I'll let you break them down as well. That's just, it's mental. And sometimes I think he's a showman. I get that. I love everything about this cat, but sometimes I feel like he's not focused defensively maybe the way he should. Those are egregious plays.
Those they were, one more than the other. I would say
Which one did you like or did you hate more?
Well, they both sucked, but one was anticipation. That was the ground ball that he got caught in the middle, and he said, maybe I can tag this guy, and he does a 360, and he throws late to first. So that's an anticipation play beforehand. Meaning at the major league level, you're at third base, first base, especially in the infield, but also in the outfield, in every position, even the pitcher.
You're going through scenarios. Everyone.
Scenarios. If it's a slow roller, I might be able to tag the guy, but if not, let me make sure that I get the guy at first.
Right.
So you're anticipating the play. If it's hard hit, I might be able to beat him the third.
It's to my right, to my left, all that stuff.
All that normally. So that was, we saw it a couple of weeks ago with the likes of a quote unquote all-star and Jazz Chisholm.
Yep.
Who, played back on the ball, wasn't anticipating the game-ending mistake at second on the Rays. But in another series against the Athletics, he played, instead of going after a ball. You're seeing it, and you kind of see that in April. You see that with, from players because they're still, getting their kinks out. But that's anticipation should not rear its ugly head that often. The second one had nothing to do with anticipation. That had to do with not knowing how many outs there are.
He said he knew.
He said he knew. He didn't act like he knew.
Don't listen to what they say. Watch what they do.
Yes.
Everybody.
Because
in every situation.
The play was right in front of him.
Yes.
As far as the ball was medium hit. It wasn't super hard hit, but it was medium enough. You're going to beat the guy to third.
Yeah.
So you cut that one off, and then you throw a bullet to first. If you don't get him,
basic fundamentals. Get the lead runner.
Get the lead
see
runner.
If you can get a
see if you
second
can
out.
Get the second out. And he came in and just, and I'm like,
what was that?
Or he could even, when they replayed it from the home plate up high, he had a double play at second too.
Yeah.
So with he's got a massively strong arm. So, that one was anticipation. The other one, I beg to say, I don't think he really realized.
Yeah, that can't happen.
Yeah, that can't happen.
And that led to 2 more runs.
Oh, geez. That led to a RBI double that pretty much opened the game up.
Yeah.
And so those two things, that's what I'm saying, that there was at the plate, there was some mental errors, defensively, some mental errors, no errors on the scoreboard, but there were definitely some errors. And the 0 for 7 risk costly.
A couple other things last night. De La Cruz is just what a joy to watch. Man.
Wow.
That play he made on Caminero.
It's not so much that he got to that ball. A lot of shortstops get to that ball, right? The really top 10 shortstops in the league make that play, even as hard as it was hit. It was the throw that he makes.
Yeah.
I was just, before I saw that play, just a couple of weeks ago, I saw him make a play up the middle that he calmly turned his hips and threw a bullet to first. I go, that kid needs to get on the mound one day in a 10-0 game, winning or losing, and they just, how they put the guys, just let this guy throw.
6'6".
I think he'd throw 105.
Yeah,
his arm is just ridiculous. And you saw on the flip side, our guy makes Taylor Walls made it as exceptional play. How quick he got up on his feet and was able to make that throw. Another reason why he's in that top 3 or 4, I would put him with Bobby Witt all day long.
Yeah. And it's 6'6".
6'6".
It's just the grace in which he plays at 6'6".
Yeah.
It's just insane.
What an athlete.
Wow.
I mean,
like when he's stealing bases, it's like 8 steps.
Yeah.
And he's at second base. It doesn't look like he's moving that fast because he's such a long strider, but it's like 8 steps and he's there.
I mean, when you think about it, first of all, when you were just talking football, right? What wide receiver would you compare him to that is so athletic, and running
Randy
out
Moss.
There?
Yeah,
Wow.
Randy Moss.
Randy Moss.
Yeah.
A long strider.
Good call. So, Randy's like 6'4". Randy Moss is definitely one.
It's funny because it's funny that we compare those two, because I always thought when I go, obviously I watched him play, even in college, but when I go back and see footage of Randy Moss running down the field, it almost looks like AI now, because it almost looks fake. And I think the same thing when I see Ellie DeCruz running around the bases. Like, it almost looks fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, because really usually 6'6" guys can't be that fast.
No.
They sort of labor when they run the bases normally. That's why
Even
they're pitchers normally.
If you're skinny, but also running around the base. You understand there's a different foot speed to running in a baseball
you got to cut
field.
the bases.
You got to cut the bases.
Yeah. And the longer your strides, the more precise you have to be.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Your timing.
They were talking about who's faster, our guy Simpson or their guy. But I'm going like, it should be Simpson because he's lower to the ground and can, boogie around like Warwick Dunn type thing. But I don't know.
He's quicker to first base because he gets going quicker. I think it's a little bit. He's the De La Cruz that takes the start. Chandler has.
Once he gets going, like first to third, first to home, it's a joy to watch. But his arm, again, is one of the most incredible things to watch on a baseball field right now. Defensively, I would say De La Cruz's arm is like one of the most. I look forward to a ground ball in the hole with him because then he can go. Whoa. So that was a big thing. Some other big things. Interesting, and we'll talk about this on the show later on. But
the Big O show coming up at 12:30.
Sir. Yeah.
Yes.
Thoughts.
Best Race podcast.
Thoughts. And you're gonna go. Okay, hold on now. Oh, interesting. Looking at the top 4 hitters, right? We know who they are. I call them the tremendous trio in Junior, Yandy, and Aranda, and then obviously Chandler now at the top. Only been 8 games, so it's everything is a smaller sampling right now. We got to get deeper into it. But batting leadoff, he is hitting only 258. Batting fifth, he's hitting 438.
What do we know?
With a 471 on base percentage, and but only 4 games, so that's deceiving. But it is interesting. Like guys like
how many runs has he scored from the leadoff? You got
that? Yeah, I got to pull that up. But I was just looking at the guys like Junior now. Interesting, makes total sense in this one. He's hitting 314 from batting second.
Yep.
Compared to
Much
190
more protection.
190 at the 4-hole.
Yep.
So he definitely was, chasing at the 4-hole.
Yep.
Now he could be
nobody behind him.
With nobody behind him, he could be more calm. A little surprising thing with Junior so far, only hitting 157 with runners in scoring position in about 19 at bats. So that's that's telling me he's chasing a little bit. He does have 12 walks. I think he's got 22 strikeouts. He could walk a little more. He needs to. I just heard a Big Poppy talking about him recently on a show, and he was talking about that he's pushing on him because Poppy's like taking this kid on ever since the WBC and him being around Team Dominican Republic. It's kind of like a little stepson, if you will, and he keeps on telling him he needs to walk. He needs to walk. Let him come to you. And I'd like to see more walks because his on-base percentage is in the 320s. He should be in the 350s only because of the fact that he should walk a heck of a lot more because he's that dangerous of a hitter. Take your walks and don't go out of your zone. And home runs will come to you. Jonathan Aranda, interesting, batting second, 273, batting third, 171. Small sampling, though, because he's only been third in a handful of games. Yandy, 357, batting leadoff. 267 batting fourth. Not worried at all, Yandy. I just thought I threw it out there because I think Yandy could hit anywhere. He's hitting 500 with runners scoring position. So he's just a beast. He's such a good, you saw it in yesterday's game, the first inning. He got behind quickly in the count and milked the walk. So those are kind of interesting thoughts, though.
We'll dive into those a little bit more in the Big O show.
Yeah.
Hey, this is from our boy, Danny Boy said, Ken Hagan said on DAE Pat and Aaron show this morning when asked about taxpayer burden on a stadium, the answer is less than 0. We're not raising taxes. No one is going to feel this. And our boy Joshua Wostall responded on Twitter like, that's a lie. He's lying to you. They're going, gets me a little crazy. So, yeah, the memo of understanding is not complete. Negotiations are still ongoing. The Rays have stepped up and already gone to 58% of the stadium. There's a $75 million shortfall right now. Obviously, the Rays are going to pick that up if they have to,
of course,
to get this deal done. So you're looking at probably up to 60% of the cost of the stadium.
So I thought it would probably end up being something like
which
60,
is what
40.
we predicted months ago.
Right.
Rick said, these are all your boys over at DAE. I heard T-Kraz yesterday spouting almost verbatim everything you said, JP, about the stadium ownership and other markets. Wanting the ownership and other markets wanting this deal. Funny how I guess you're not wrong about this stuff now. Yeah, he literally has taken. He's even using the
Petermans.
words that I use. Yeah, it's when he was very much. I won't say against it, but
no, he's
skeptical.
never been, but cynical.
Skeptical, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and listen again. I really feel like politically they have the votes to get this done. There's a lot of negativity out there, but that's a lot of people with agenda-driven stuff, corporate media, TBT, the people that. And if you were in the commission meeting as I was last week, you understand that the commissioners get it. They understand what the deal is and how good it is. Actually on FanStream Sports Carolina, Scott Hamilton, longtime Post and Courier columnist up there in South Carolina, did an interview with the folks from Raleigh who are trying to get an MLB expansion team. And they have a very buttoned up group of folks. The Orlando people are, they're fine, the Dreamers, but they're not as buttoned up as the Raleigh-Durham folks. These people know
at it for a long time.
They know exactly what they're doing, and they're well positioned.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you this: if the Rays went there, they would get a hell of a lot more than $1 billion.
You think so?
Oh hell yeah!
Right.
Hell yeah!
Right.
I mean, any of these expansion cities, if you told them, "Hey, we're bringing the Rays," you don't have to get an investment group to put up $2 billion, 2.5 for the expansion team. You've already got the asset. We're bringing it with us. What are you giving us? Oh, well, in that case, we'll give you. How about if we're going to put $8 to $10 billion into a mixed use, if you can find us a nice 100 acres piece of land? Sure. You're going to put in $8 to $10 billion into our community?
Yeah.
You're bringing that money?
Right.
And paying 60% for the stadium and cost overruns and operating expenses and maintenance and $150 million for New Hillsborough College. Sure. Yeah.
And we're bringing you Big O.
Hey, hello.
Lots of big O's.
I like hello.
I mean,
McFly.
It's ridiculous. How
I'd move to Carolina. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, I tell you, another city.
I lived there for 2 years. Greensboro, beautiful.
Did you really? Played in Greensboro many years, but way before you living there.
War Memorial Stadium.
How about that?
Yeah. I covered. I think Jeter was there for
Jeter popped in there
10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, not long.
Or the Yankees were.
That
was
another
shitbox,
city,
by the way.
close by. Yeah. Oh my God, it was a piece of crap there. I hope they redone that.
JP, all I can hear in the background while you guys are spouting stadium stuff is this.
May God have mercy.
I love that.
Old Wostall, I just had a baby. His wife had a baby. He had a picture.
Oh yeah.
And I said, "Oh, beautiful! Congratulations."
Does he know who the father is?
Oh, stop! That's mean. Come on, dog.
Jamón con queso.
That is
was jamón
uncalled
con
for.
queso. That was ham and cheese.
I do not agree with his stance on this baseball deal vehemently. And his tactics, by the way, are just printing up all these things. Call Ken Hagan, he's a liar, and calling his colleagues liars. And
you don't need to go like that.
Treating Bonnie Wise like she's some underling, the county attorney, and very disrespectful to her in the meetings. I mean, I do not agree with his stance. I do not agree with his tactics, but I am human. If you have a baby, I'll say, "Oh, it's cute."
Yeah.
Even if it's not.
Even if it's not.
I'm just saying, I'm not talking about his baby. I'm just saying babies in general are never cute,
even
Never
all babies are cute. Stop it.
No.
Anyway,
you mispronounced puppies.
But
Puppies
another town
cute.
right up the north of Charlotte, a little over, is Nashville. Would look at that and go, and they already been there and done that.
Yeah.
They took Houston Oilers and said, "Come on down, Bud Adams."
That's right. And they just built a $2 billion football stadium.
That's what I'm going to go to. I'm saying the Titans have been such, a positive influence. And I lived there and here for many years. My older kids were up there and loved Nashville, by the way, and they've been jonesing for baseball, just like Charlotte has.
Yeah,
and they're well backed. There's a lot of money there because of the
don't
music.
the Predators, JP, you may know better than me. Don't the Predators struggle with attendance right now, though?
The hockey team?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've heard.
I don't think they've been very good for a while, have they?
They were in the finals 6 years ago, 5-6 years ago. It's been a while. No, I think they draw well.
They do okay.
I think they draw well.
When I lived there, I used to love.
I mean, Bridgestone Arena also hosts a shit ton of concerts.
Yes, it does.
They're even if they're not packing them in, they're doing good business. And if the thing is, it's that East Nashville thing.
Yeah,
which is the thing. It's where my daughter lives now, and it's really
it's
up and coming.
Yeah,
right across the river from downtown Nashville is where the Titans Stadium is. They just built the $2 billion football stadium right next to where their other one was. Correct. So they're going to raise that thing. The old stadium's going down, and they would love to put up a baseball stadium right next to it. And, you know, they're just, I'm not sure the ratio of how much Nashville paid, but I think they put at least $1 billion into the NFL stadium, and they would be more than happy to put another $1 billion in. So we get so caught up in the money and what we're giving the billionaires, but you know, again, the return is just off the charts good. And you know, a lot of people, at least the elected officials, I think understand that. Many of the other people I spar with on Twitter, they just, again, they're all, every one of their comebacks is when I tell them all the benefits. Oh, I don't believe any of that. Well, then where do you go from that? You just don't want to, you want to believe every economic study that says it doesn't impact, but you don't want to believe the three that were especially commissioned for this by the TSA, the county, and the Rays. All right, each one independently. But those are all stupid that don't support your points. But the ones that do support your points, those are the ones you believe. Okay. Gotcha.
By the way, speaking of hockey, my next door neighbor in Nashville was Cliff the Rat Ronning. He was
the Rat?
The Rat. They called him the Rat, Cliff Ronning.
I don't remember
Cliff. Yeah. He played Cliff? For Vancouver Canucks for many years, and then
played for everybody.
He did play for everybody, but Cliff was really cool. We were neighbors for a few years, and that's how I ended up going to a Predators game because of him all the time. Caught a puck. I've caught 2 pucks in my life at hockey games.
Wow.
Yeah.
Should be a goalie.
One from Brian Bradley and your boy, and I can't remember who. I know who it was. It was a Predators player, but I can't remember his name right now.
Hey,
Steven Stamkos.
HR4RSU says Mullins hasn't been much better in the field. Can't hit either. He's gotten turned around the wrong way a couple times in center in the last week on balls that should have been caught. There were a couple bloopers last night that I thought maybe someone should have got to.
No, that one that fell in, I don't, I think that was just kind of a Twilight Zone ball there, that you just get caught in that triangle. The Bermuda Triangle, but I don't know. I tend to disagree with that. I think he's an above average center fielder, and he's gonna level off. Just have a little patience with him. He's gonna level off, and I think both him and Fraley need to have above average seasons for this team to compete. But I don't need him to have Yandy, Caminero, Aranda seasons. I just need him to be solid. Same thing with Johnny DeLuca, So I think they'll come around. Still quite early, but you don't want to give games away.
Be better. The new expansion teams will be Nashville and Salt Lake City, says Alejandro.
I have to agree with that. Which
leaves a couple of really good cities out there for the Rays to go to.
Holy cow!
I don't.
How about that? Just clip that comment off.
Listen,
just clip it by itself.
I'm done playing the games with this shit.
Just start it there and go. Which leaves a couple.
Well, I'm talking to a guy last night on Twitter, and it's like, the Rays should pay at least $10 to $20 million a year in rent. All the money flows to the Rays in this deal. Nothing comes to the community, which is complete bullshit. That's by the way. But it's like they should pay $10-20 million in rent. The TIF tax should be over after 15 years, and then all the money should go to and I'm like, yeah, that's a great business deal for the city. No question about it. It's a better, but if you're the Rays, why? I can go into these other cities and they're going to shower us with money. We'll make so much more money in these other places. And then we can put that money back into our team. And at some point, these Rays owners are just going to go, if we say no to this, they're just going to go, fuck it. We'll just go. These other places are blowing us up. They're going to shower us and
Well,
give us a golden,
I want to ask
a
you
golden
a
shower.
question. Wow. Dude,
Shower us with
are you clipping
gold,
these off?
Mark.
Because as his mouth is opening, can you just get these back to back to back? That's outstanding.
I've always liked men,
I'm
but
gonna ask you a
suddenly I
serious
was
question.
questioning myself.
Wow. I'm
I've
gonna ask
always
you a serious
liked men,
question.
but suddenly I was questioning myself.
Look, he's clipping them off right away. I love it. They're available. Boom. That is Hamong and the technical
Where were you
prowess
last
that he
night,
has. Let me ask you this. So
The big brown Cuban.
the big brown Cuban, baby. It's all about the big brown Cuban. I like big brown Cubans. Or I think I said I love big brown Cubans. Listen, question. So football has been the league that has moved on cities, more than any other league, right? You screw around with them, they jump. So do you think that a city that has a team, and they're looking, it's $1 billion, my gosh, the tax, that's it. Do they get a little comfortable, like not worrying that they're actually going to lose that team? Because I'm thinking, again, using the example of Houston, and the Oilers have been there for a long ass time and established, and then all of a sudden they were gone. It's happened with Cleveland, went to ball, and obviously Los Angeles has been busy taking teams over the years. Is it something where the team that has the organization feels like maybe they're not going to leave, because
the city,
money, the money is out there, and cities are like, we'll pay it. So
we
they
have
look
people
at it that way.
Yeah,
they got to look at it like it is a shitload of money, but shoot, a bunch of other. It's like you buying a car, and if you're not willing to pay the $100,000 for that nice car, somebody else will.
Well, listen, in most years, it's most year in most places. We remember this well in St. Petersburg and Tampa with the White Sox and the Giants and the Mariners. Like it wasn't like they were. They might like the wording of Babby's letter last week. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's an ultimatum."
Yeah,
it's an ultimatum, which it was not. Ultimate. You know what ultimatums look like? Hey, we're negotiating with Raleigh.
Right.
We've already got a deal in St. Pete. We've already got a deal. That's what we used to do.
Right.
That's an ultimatum. Like they were already negotiating with other cities when these and maybe that's what it takes for the Joshua Wostalls of the world to realize, hey, buddy, like you kill this deal and the Rays go somewhere else. Like you think you get hate mail now?
Yeah, it could truly happen.
And they have been very, I think, nice about this in terms of not saying that they're going other places. I won't be as nice because look at Raleigh, Durham, look at Nashville, look at Port, look at these Salt Lake City. They're ready to go.
Yeah,
and that's paying it a $2 billion expansion fee, maybe 2.5.
Correct.
If they don't have to pay that, but the Rays are just going to move there.
That's a great point.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, MLB has really, I mean, listen, they have done a lot to get Stu out.
Yeah.
To get this group in, because they have the ability to get this done, the political will.
Yeah.
And connections and the money to get it done. If we screw this up, we ain't getting another chance.
And
we ain't getting another chance.
And they've also done a lot to keep teams in their cities as much as possible. Think about how much change the NFL has had over the last 20, 30 years. In baseball, basically two. You had Montreal, that wasn't doing well, went to Washington. They were jonesing to have a team in Washington. MLB was for many years. And then now you have, the Oakland A's are technically through Sacramento are going to Vegas.
Right.
That's it. Teams don't jump around that much in baseball, so they don't want that. They want the stability of the generational legacy scenario. Well, build a legacy ballpark in a legacy area.
Yeah. It's everybody wants this because these new ballpark villages work.
Correct.
They work for the city. They work for the county. They work for the public. They work for the private sector. Atlanta Braves have rewritten the model and shown exactly what it can and should look like. We have a perfect opportunity to replicate that. And and if these negative people have their way, we're going to piss it away. And I sure as hell hope that is. This is a major,
my heart of hearts, I don't think that will happen.
I agree.
This will come to fruition and will be a massive success for the people.
Yeah.
Not just for the ownership group that's going to make their billions, but also for the people.
And this is what Thomas Casper says. Don't be surprised if MLB intercedes the Rays to close the negotiation gap. The well-established media market is too important in the long view. Absolutely. And that's what we've been saying for so long. The commissioner is all in.
Yeah.
The mayor is all in. The future mayor is all in. The chairman of the
governor's all in.
The governor's all in.
The future governor, whoever wins, is going to be all in.
So it's, oppose this at your peril. And hopefully get it done. But I can't wait till it's over, though. That's for goddamn sure. I'm taking a vacation after that. Big O.
Bringing my noose to the studio for the rest of the week.
Oh my God. If it doesn't, forget about it. It's awful. All right. That'll do it for us here on the JP Peterson Show.
Go Bolts, baby. Go
Bolts tonight. Yeah. We got to get this one done.
Come on.
Let's go Habs.
We got to get this one done. And we'll be teeing up a Big O show here around 12:30. So you baseball fanatics, you Rays fanatics, get your thoughts, questions in. You know where to do that. And we will be back with you then. Until then, go Rays tonight. Go Bolts. And go Bucs. Don't take an offensive player in the draft, knuckleheads. See you in a bit.
I've always liked men, but suddenly I was questioning myself.